Tonight I'm visiting the polyphonic lumbrical and organized peripheral sounds festival, Plopis, one of the most innovative contemporary events of the circuit. Seems like it's been kept a closely guarded secret this year. I only heard about it myself because I happened to bump into the sound engineer.
Yes, madam. Extremely good news. It's just as you thought. Your husband is having an affair with a 25-year-old Swedish part-time home economics student, if you know what I mean. No, it's true. I promise you. He's round her place morning, noon and night. Come. I don't know why you're taking it so badly. After all, it is what you wanted us to find out. Now, a nice bath and a chamomile tea, and everything will be better. Well, really, they ask you to find something out, and when you do...
Well, they are only human after all.
True, but your inconsistencies and contradictions never fail to amaze me. Fascinating, bewildering.
Extraterrestrial Detective Agency here. How can I help you? You're an avant-garde improvisational artist, you say? You invented a revolutionary instrument. Oh, and it's been stolen. That's very unfortunate, sir. Well, I dare say we could look into it, sir, but we'll need more details. We'll have to meet up face to face, I think, sir. What's the address? 34B, Wild Adventure Street. And the name? Mr. Creep. We'll be right over, sir.
You know what I'm going to do when I become a millionaire?
Hardly the time to think about that when we can't even afford to rent an office.
I'm going to lie in the bath all day long. I won't move out of it morning, noon or night. That's the place to be. In the bath. I'll eat, sleep and drink in that wet, warm, soapy paradise.
It's all a bit prenatal, isn't it? Besides, the water would go cold and everything would be soggy.
I've thought of that. I'll have a constant water renewal system installed, worked by a pump and a gauge, and there'll be a little tube thing that every so often blows a blob of bubble bath into the water, so I'll always be covered in foam, and things won't get soggy, because I'll have a series of levered trays across the bath to put things on.
They won't get a penny out of me. I need that money to put out a live disc of the festival.
Carmelo, we've done a rough text for the internet app.
Innovative music, experimental sounds and much more come together in a quest for oral adventure at the world's most forward-thinking, concrete, innovative centre, which next month hosts the polyphonic and organised Peripheral Sounds International Festival, Plopis, featuring legends of sound experimentation such as Jason Creep, as well as the world-renowned sound sculptress Angela Sparkler and her amazing installation Blah Blah Blah, sponsored by the Bank of Vienna and AGA Insurance. No, it's far too catchy. We're not some club for pop rockers, you know. We do serious music. No, I want something more like within the aesthetic of formulating the crossover point between noise as immanescence seen from a spatial temporal perspective and sound as conceived within a matrix. The Plopis Festival seeks to bridge the gap between known and unknown oral coincidences, etc., etc.
One of the artists wondered if we could change his flight from 5 o'clock in the morning to the evening before. That way he will be well rested for the concert.
He can come whenever he damn likes, but we're not going to pay the extra flight costs in the hotel. Tell him fine if he wants to sleep in the street.
Let me out, what's going on? I'm just a cleaning lady. I've got to pick up the kids.
I have to say I'm really surprised you invited me around. You haven't looked in my direction or said a word to me since my name was bigger than yours on the posters. an internet site for the Ostend Future Music International Forum.
Well, yes. That's all water under the bridge now, though, isn't it? Won't happen again. Times have moved on. You and me, we've always had so much in common, Angela.
Well, I don't know about that. We've got radically different views about direct literalism.
That's true. But all great artists have their differences. Anyway, I invited you round. Well, to have a chat, of course. But also to show you my latest invention. Yes, I've designed a new instrument. The Unstrument.
You've designed an instrument? How cute. When I'm not doing serious art, I design instruments too. It's such fun. It beats baking a cake any day.
Yeah, sure does. Come, let me show you what it can do. Sit over there. Go on. Go on.
I'm doing an installation at the Ploppies Festival, you know.
Sit down. Sit down.
I'm gonna hang 50 digiboxes from the ceiling and set them up at the same time.
Wow, very post-structuralist.
It's gonna sound like a universe being created with all the pain and joy that entails.
Sit still, won't you? Look this way. Now, I bet you've never seen or heard an instrument like this before.
What's the matter? Where am I? What's going on?
Amazing, isn't she? I don't know where she gets her ideas from.
It's even better than the Berlin show.
Well, I can't say that she was cheap, but she's the best, all right.
There's hardly anyone here. Must be very disappointing for you.
Yes, everything's gone wrong. All of our computers crashed. We couldn't even do a mail out, and for some reason the newspapers didn't receive our press releases. A real jinx. Thank God for the grants, eh?
I don't want any crackle on anything, okay? I want pure cacophony, you understand?
Don't worry, man. I'm experienced. I work with Henry Cow.
I don't care who you work with. My work is special. It's unique. It's like a carving, you know? And the sound man has to be the sculptor. Like Henry Moore.
No. Henry Cow, not Henry Moore.
Aye, this I was
Would you mind, sir? It disappeared just like that, you say?
Yes, I took my eyes off it for 5 minutes and it was gone.
You've been to the police?
Of course. But they just kept mixing everything up with some silly case about disappearing pop stars. They didn't seem to give a hoot about my instrument. They're useless. Utterly useless.
If you say so, sir. Now, Mr. Creep, what exactly is it that you do?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a musician. An experimental musician. I studied under Professor von Cubase at the Hanover Academy. I had my first review in Wire magazine when I was 17 years old. I received grants and commissions from all the top universities and musical foundations.
What? They give you money to make noises?
I have devoted my entire life to my work. I've gone further and deeper into the perplexities and paradoxes of sonar and aural dynamics than any man alive. What I do goes far beyond noises, believe me. Now, I want you two busybodies to bring me back the greatest creation of my life, the Unstrument. I'll pay you well.
€50 an hour and all expenses.
€35 and just breakfast.
Oh, breakfast.
It's a deal. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now, tell me, Mr. Creep, what sort of instrument was it?
My instrument is a completely new concept. It works by inverting antimatter and then using Kolmogorov complexity to reverse the time-space disorientation. It's quite revolutionary.
Did you tell anyone about the instrument?
Absolutely no one. Well, except Damien Darkside, an old associate of mine. We got chatting one day. I mentioned the instrument to him, but he doesn't count. He's as harmless as a fly.
A new instrument, Jason? Really?
Yes, it works on the inversion of antimatter. I used Kolmogorov complexity to reverse the time-space disorientation and algorithmic information theory to cut out the glitches. It's a total breakthrough. Looks good too. Kind of retro.
The inversion of antimatter? Are you sure you've got the coordinates right? That could affect the whole space-time continuum.
Well, why don't you come and see it in action? I'm playing it for the first time at the Ploppies Festival.
Ploppies, eh? They're doing that again this year, are they? How strange. I haven't received any information about it.
No. Anyway, must be going.
You know, although most people prefer a full stretch bath, the half bath is seriously underestimated. With the support of a cushion, the back and hip muscles can gain valuable postural strengthening.
That's not a problem I have to deal with, not having a bath. Oh, do you know there's a new chip on the market? It can process 16 billion gigabytes of information at the speed of 1 million megahertz.
Personally, I think this planet is too obsessed with computer technology. Megahertz, gigabytes, terabytes, Firefoxes.
Come off it. Don't you see? This chip has practical applications in the detective industry. It could help design a deduction program of revolutionary proportions.
Really? Well, we might need something like that for this present case. The Global Music Conglomerate Lobby. I've never heard of them before. Had you?
No, but so many things go on without us knowing anything about them.
Things. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Anyway, I suppose we'd better get on with interviewing all these experimental artists.
Guess so. Wonder what they'll have to say for themselves. Sound sculptress, a circuit-bending saxophonist, and an avant-garde critic.
It was the usual Jason thing. You know, self-indulgent, predictable.
I was in a weird space, man. Replaying my whole set in my head, you know? So many quarter tones.
Then he played that new instrument and I went all dizzy again.
No, I don't remember anything about Creep set. Only afterwards I felt a little strange. Kind of disorientated, you know? But not in an aesthetical way.
I was at the front with Angela and Klaus. There were some people behind us, of course.
But then, I'm always disorientated, man.
But why would anyone try to steal his lousy instrument?
There were a few others at the back. Pop art, rocker types. Now look, I'm very busy. I'm writing a very important article about sonic remanences and their influence on non-assimilated variational patterns. Time is sound, mon jeune ami.
On planet Earth, if you want to show the world that you have made it, that you're a success, that you're a go-getting, no-holds-barred #1, then your bath absolutely must be fitted with gold taps.
The only thing you care about is making an impression. It's so superficial. Things have come to a pretty pass when someone goes around judging people on the type of bath they've got.
There's nothing wrong with being superficial.
There's nothing right about it either. A little bit of depth never hurts anyone, as far as I know.
I have to admit I find these people slightly tedious.
Yes, they're all so stuck inside their little bubbles of theoretical atonality and aleatoric accretion, they don't seem to notice what's going on around them, do they?
Now you're beginning to sound like them.
Did you know that it is generally agreed that the breakdown of tonality commenced in 1857 with Wagner's Tristan and Isolde? It pushed chromaticism into a new sound world where the boundaries of tonality could be barely contained.
Here we go, gentlemen. 2 mint teas. And for you...
Thank you. Most considerate.
That noise, what is it?
Oh, that, it's my latest work for hand drill and washing machine. We can listen to it later if you like.
So, sir, you're another one of these experimental musicians who manages to make a living out of making daft sounds?
Well, I'm afraid not, actually. The grants have dried up a bit recently. I've had to start teaching music in a local school. Still, it's fascinating working with children. They're so creative.
And unself-conscious, too. That's nice.
Yes, the innocence of children is something to behold. Until they're corrupted by all the advertising and publicity and turned into sheep by the corporations. Anyway, gentlemen, how can I help you?
Well, sir, we were wondering. It's about Jason Creep's instrument, the one that's been stolen. We understand he spoke to you about it and you were at the concert where it was showcased and subsequently stolen. Can you shine any light on the case?
Well, I'm afraid I can't really help you, no. I was a mere spectator. poor Jason. I do feel for him.
What did you think of his instrument?
Well, I was a little disappointed, to be quite honest. I expected something a bit more diachronic, you know. Something more destabilising.
What does diachronic mean?
Oh, well, it's a long story. It comes from Diachrony, from the Greek god of noise, Diocranes. He was sacrificed on a circular stone table by 27 bald virgins, each one of whom represented a note on the diachronic scale.
You didn't feel dizzy after his performance? Some people reported giddiness.
No, I felt fine. In fact, I rushed up to Jason to congratulate him on his performance, you know. Me and him, we go back a long way. Another Garibaldi.
Thank you. How far is the long way, sir?
Well, we studied atonality together under Professor von Cubase at the Hanover Sound and Noise Institute.
You studied noise?
Aye, Professor von Cubase was an hard taskmaster, I'll have you know. He took a particular liking to Jason's compositional pieces. In fact, he helped Jason with his early career. He dropped me after just the first term. Said it was too human. Still, he was right, I suppose. I'm still a structuralist in many ways.
Freeform improvisation is our life!
We spit in the faces of those who use melodies.
Lyrics and tunes are nothing but hideous justifications for the consumer.
Society.
No commercial sellout. No sponsorship. No compromise. The only way of liberation is freeform art terror. Freeform art terror. Freeform art terror. Free terror art terror.
I wonder what my old mother would think if she knew I was earning my living as a private detective on that faraway planet of water known as Earth. I think you got the name the wrong way round.
I've managed to hack into the police system. It seems that some other people disappeared that night. People who by all accounts were on their way to the Poppers Festival. A pop singer and his rock combo being selfish and the ideal.
When the landlord's at the door, when you're in the middle of a civil war.
Being selfish and the ideals. Good name.
And here's another strange coincidence. It seems that Jason Creep's cleaning lady has also mysteriously vanished.
Disappearing pop band, strange vanishing instruments, odd eccentric characters. It's beginning to turn into a real mystery. So what do you reckon? Who's the culprit? Who's gone and pilfered this strange instrument?
I'm not sure. There are several suspects who have said things to their detriment.
Take Angela. She's full of rancor and and I don't think she likes Mr. Creep at all.
Then there's the critic, the odd Mr. Sad. Talking to him's like talking to a brick wall.
What to do?
We need a clue.
Something that will help us know what to do.
Don't you see?
We need a key if we're gonna solve this mystery. Don't you agree?
That you and me
have got to solve this mystery. Oh yeah, I'm gonna solve this mystery. Oh yeah. Global music conglomerate. They're just a red herring. And it can't be Damien. He's as nice as rice.
No, the answer's probably staring us in the face. What we need's a digital detective deduction device.
I see the future. It's bright and shining, like an enamel-finished cast iron bath.
As detectives, we're gonna be successful.
We're always gonna have the last laugh.
What a ho-hum!
Let's have some fun. Let's run out and meet our destiny. What a fuss.
All over us.
When we finally solve this mystery.
What a claim!
Money and fame. When we crack open this mystery.
Oh yeah!
When we get to the bottom of this mystery.
Oh yeah!
When we solve this mystery.
Oh yeah!
When we solve. When we solve. When we solve. When we solve this mystery.
I told you these avant-garde freeform improviser cats are wild.
Wild and scary! Where are we, man? Far out. Let's just hope there's a way out.
Fellow improvisers, some of our colleagues have refused to pay the revolutionary tax.
No, never, traitors.
We have tried reasoning with them, but they have ignored our warnings.
Never,
traitors. Steps must be taken.
Aye.
Tyrannically liberating this instrument from the reactionary Ploppis Festival and their arch collaborator Jason Creep, we've struck a decisive blow to the heart of the enemy.
Aye. Decisive.
Now we have a weapon capable of removing these consumerist renegades.
Scum!
Long live the radical action, freeform and improvised sound and electronic militia.
Freeform art terror. Freeform art terror. Freeform. Loneliness. Now you're gone.
Well, he was interested in all kinds of music. He said, "What music could utilize all forms?" So he insisted on going to that Ploppis festival. But I guess he never got there. But it was weird. The other two in the band didn't make it there either.
I prefer it when there's hardly any public. It makes everything so much more intimate. My best show, it was at Toronto Symposium for Random Sound. There was no one at all. I thought Butter Bidal said was as predictable as ever. Some people just go through the motions.
I heard the rumor Jason has invented a new instrument. I bet it's completely useless.
Rumours are strange, Mistress Klaus. Often available, but always ready to play the cuckold's tune.
What are you talking about?
Jason, I'm sorry about the turnout. We've been having non-stop technological problems.
It's alright, I'm used to working with incompetence. At least I'll be able to try my new instrument out. It's a total revelation. A check.
Oh, you want it now? Well, it's up in the office. You'll just have to hang on a minute, but I'm sorry, I was so excited about you performing.
I'd curb the excitement for a moment if I were you. No dough, no show. No pay, no play. No compensation. No improvisation.
Girls! I love girls, slow the girls.
Well, there's good news and bad news, madam. Bad news first. Well, I'm afraid we've been having to do some night shifts on this one, and that's time and a half on the bill. Good news. Well, your husband's been spending most evenings at the Girls exotic disco bar. Now, madam, calm. Anger and violence never achieved anything. Photos, well, I'll see what we can do. All the best. Another satisfied customer. Well, semi-satisfied.
He won't be out for another hour. Come on, let's go and get some fish sticks.
Charming ladies. I wouldn't mind getting one of them into my bath.
Chromosomes hanging round the genome. There's 23 autosomes snuggled up in their homes, and one little chromosome said, I wanna be alone. Thousands of years, he's out there on his own. Eternal adolescent, aggressive, independent, spunky, funky, isolated, underrated, couch potato, weedy, seedy, second rate, half neglected, reprobate, passed on. Father to son, to 2,000 genes that make a guy a guy.
Have you finished that digital deduction detection program yet? I think we're going to need it for this Unstrument case. My head aches from thinking about it.
It's a convoluted conundrum, all right. I'll need a few more days on the program, though. The final tweaking always takes longer than you expect.
Who do you reckon did it then? Angela?
She's got motives. She obviously hates Jason.
The music lobby and corporations?
They've got motives too, but did they attend the festival? We still haven't identified everyone at the concert. And what about this disappearing pop group? There's still so many knots to be untied. Oh, I don't know how I ever got myself stuck in such a stressful career. You know, I never wanted to be a private dick.
Oh no?
No. I wanted to be an actor. It was my heart's desire.
So what happened?
Well, I practiced for years and years. And then at last, I got a call for an audition for a big part in a new soap opera called The Kids Come Good. It was about some slum kids who find a reason to live by taking up tap dancing. I was all set. Tap dancing has always been my forte, and I reckoned the role was made for me. There I was, on my way to the audition. Oh no! My money, my travel pass! I tried begging money off people, but to no avail. The walk back to my house would have taken too long. I gave up. I never got to the audition. I never acted again. So by doing a good deed, I had ruined all my hopes and aspirations. Those coins would have bought me the train ticket.
That reminds me of an incident from my childhood. I was working in an office at the time. Every day before going to work, my mother would say, "Son, whatever you do when you're in that office, never take a document out of someone else's in tray." Make sure you don't stamp it at the bottom. And if you do ever stamp it at the bottom, make sure you don't wrap it in a paperweight. And if you do ever wrap it in a paperweight, never carelessly fling it across the office in the direction of the accounts office. Little did I know that at that very moment the accounts office was being held up by a ruthless criminal. I became a hero. The boy who foiled the robbery. I was given a trophy, a pay rise, and a year's supply of paperweights. So you see, you tried to do something good, and something bad happened. I tried to do something bad, and something good happened.
So, what's the lesson to be learned from all that then? Do you miss your home planet?
No. It's boring. This place is much more entertaining. Chaos, war, pain, porcelain fittings, adjustable taps, cruelty, greed, car adverts. What a combination.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It encapsulates all the hypocrisy, angst and irony of contemporary society, huh?
It's not bad. Doesn't have the resonance of Ernst de Canio's sanitary towels and aspic.
You must be kidding. I found de Canio's work laden with fake motifs and bourgeois sentimentality. So, have you found your instrument yet?
No, but I got 2 detectives looking into it. They must come up with something soon. I just hope it hasn't fallen into the hands of the global music conglomerate lobby.
But why would they want to lay their hands on your silly instrument?
The Unstrument is not a silly instrument.
What? A device that makes a ridiculous noise and makes you feel dizzy. What possible use is that?
For your information, the Unstrument is the greatest instrument ever created. It can do things you've never even dreamed of. It took 5 years of study and investigation to create. It's not some crappy installation you can knock up in 5 minutes.
My last installation won first prize at the Prize Waterhouse Abstract Conceptual Art Competition.
Kind of handy your daddy was president of the sponsors, wasn't it?
They've been trying to commercialise improvisational freeform for years now. Look at that Ploppies festival we sabotaged. It was sponsored by a bank.
Treacherous scum, consumers, renegades.
Disparate times require desperate actions. We don't act now, history will never forgive us.
No, never, never, never.
Fellow discordant composers, there are going to be casualties in the struggle. We show no mercy to those who show us no mercy.
No mercy, no mercy.
Traitors to our cause will be dealt with accordingly.
Accordingly.
All scores will be settled.
Settled.
Those who scorn us will pay the price.
The price. Scumbags. Scumbags.
Free-form art terror is the only road to liberation. Pure improvisation by any means necessary.
Purification, long live. Purification, long live. Purification, long live.
Now, I've arranged to meet Carmelo, the Ploppies Festival organiser, tomorrow. I suggest we kidnap the man who says improvisational music can't survive without sponsorship and funding and try out our new Unstrument on him!
Africa, long live! Africa, long live!
Ladies and gentlemen, artists, critics and improvisers, before the major artist of the evening appears, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, AGA Insurance and the Bank of Vienna. Now, some people think that it's possible to survive in the modern improvisational world without sponsorship and funding. Now, I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I just think that those people should stop living in the past and wake up to modern business realities. And now, it's a privilege to present one of the leading artists in sound and noise improvisation, a man who needs no introduction, apart from this introduction, Jason Creep!
Did you see any of these people at the festival?
Never seen him before. Make sure you include VAT in the budget.
But these are the members of the well-known pop group Bing Selfish and the Ideals. You must be able to tell us if you saw any of them at the gig. They've got a very singular way of dressing.
Look, like I said to the police, we were having a lot of technical problems. I was trying to organise a bloody festival. I wasn't in a state to notice anyone or anything. Besides, these sort of people aren't our kind of people.
Carmelo, what's your tax code?
It's in the file marked tax information in the applied forecast and information folder. Haven't you ever filled in a grant application before?
But you did see them.
Well, yes, maybe, but I was in such a state I really don't know.
You've organised lots of festivals before. Why was this one any different?
I delayed payment on the Scottish improvisers.
Good. Do the same to the German trombone trio. Look, every festival is different. Each one entails a million different details. Ploppies was unbelievably multifaceted. I had to have my head in 1,000 places.
1,000 places? That's a lot of places.
Don't you have a team to assist you?
Well, yes, but they're young and inexperienced.
Young and inexperienced? Why don't you employ old and experienced people?
Well, we work to a budget, you know. Besides, they're good with computers and stuff.
I thought you said you had serious problems with the computers.
Yeah, we did.
Couldn't they sort those problems out?
No, they couldn't.
Why not?
Well, they were complicated problems.
Windows or Apple-based problems?
Um...
And what do those problems have to do with the press and the professionals not receiving any publicity?
Look, I'll let you two into a little secret, but keep it under your hat for God's sake. We were and are being attacked by a terrorist organisation.
What? A terrorist organisation?
Yes, RAFism, the Radical Action Free Form and Improvised Sound and Electronic Militia. They accuse us of selling out to commercial interests by accepting sponsorship and grants from big business. These guys are really radical and hardline. They think that improvisation should be utterly pure and untainted. They're ruthless and uncompromising, like Sting's accountant. They ruined our festival. They wanted money, the revolutionary tax. We refused to pay and look what happened. Now they won't leave us alone.
And why haven't you gone to the police about this?
Why? Why? Because if this got out, it would totally undermine the whole free-form and improvisational world. It would confirm everyone's worst prejudices. The same prejudices that we've been burdened with ever since Tristan Tzara started ranting in that cafe in Zurich. Ever since John Cage threw that typewriter into the piano. The press would have a field day. They'd call us all a bunch of nuts and try to have us locked up. Imagine, improvising 3 to a cell. They'd no longer be free improvisers. They'd be imprisoned improvisers. Oh God, I really don't know what to do. I've arranged to meet them tomorrow.
How come you're useless with technology and logistics, and that lot from Drytown are all experts?
It might surprise you to know that unlike our portrayal on popular sci-fi TV series, creatures from other planets are not all identical or like-minded. No, surprising as it may seem, we are all individuals with our own personalities, skills and vices. You humans like to go on about your own special individuality, but I'll have you know the universe is stuffed with individuality. In fact, there's too much individuality if you ask me.
What's so wrong with individuality?
Well, it gets in all over the place. It doesn't leave things alone. It makes you miss the big picture.
You still haven't answered my question. How come you're so different from that Drytown lot?
Well, that bunch don't have much of a choice. They get technology drummed in them from a young age. There's an advanced cybernetics college for this and a telecommunications college for that. It's a specialization sort of thing, like Switzerland and its clocks. Still, I once knew a guy from there and he was a right layabout, which just goes to show.
Which just goes to show what?
Well, it goes to show we're all different. That's what it goes to show.
I thought you didn't like differences.
No. I don't like individuality. Differences are fine. Anyway, let's change the subject. As I was saying a little earlier, cast iron is the premier material for baths, offering a rock-solid feeling of strength, a rich, glossy surface and vivid colours with slip-resistant finish. But when you're talking about baths, the real questions are, does the water relaxant container have built-in nailing flanges? Optional or integral bath aprons? And of course, are you prepared to lay out those extra Euro dollars for an overflow blanking plug? You'll be pleased to know that I have no doubts whatsoever that the answers to those questions are flanges, integral, blanking plug.
I think the answers to those questions are completely irrelevant, as indeed are the questions.
My questions and my answers are not irrelevant. They're just superfluous. There's an important difference.
Who are you? What are you up to? Why are you following us round?
I'm here on behalf of the global music conglomerate lobby. We heard that you are after the instrument that Creep has invented. We are very, very interested in it. So, if you deliver it into our hands, we can make it worth your while. Extremely worth your while.
What do you mean?
$1 million each.
$1 million each? Wow!
So what do you say?
Well, I don't see why not. I'm sure we could come to some arrangement.
What? Are you out of your mind? Betraying the confidentiality of a client? Taking bribes? We're professional detectives, not delinquents. Push off. We might be poor, but we're going to earn our money the honest way. And what do you think you're doing? You're behaving like a crook.
But $1 million each.
Oh, get out of my way. Leave me alone. Go on, get lost. You're useless. All you do is daydream about getting rich, baths and guzzling beer.
And now I'm proud to unveil my latest creation, a completely new concept in instrument design. The Unstrument. I humbly believe it is going to radically alter the future of modern sound improvisation.
I really enjoyed your performance, Klaus. You seem to have invented an all new language. I've never heard anyone bend circuits like you, Klaus.
It was a terrible gig. The soundman didn't know what he was doing. He completely ruined my concerto for 4 circuit boards and saxophone mouthpiece. And he forgot to put on the distortion on the pedals of my tricycle effect.
Oh, you're so exiguous, Klaus. It was wonderful, believe me. You've opened our ears to an all-new conceptual delimitation.
You think so? Yeah. I work hard day and night to get the circuits to bend the way they do. It's not easy, you know. I've had to make many sacrifices.
Aye, I'm sure you have. The modern-day experimental musician faces an uphill struggle. There are so many obstacles strewn in his path. The iron fists of the corporations and the multinationals, for example.
What are you talking about?
Don't you see what's happening to our beloved freeform sound world, Klaus? It's being destroyed by monolithic industrial entities like the global music conglomerate lobby who only want to exploit and dilute our life's work.
Are you talking about ideals? I got ideals too. I got them when I was a young man, and I never betray them. Ideals are like circuit boards. They never break until you bend them. I don't like the establishment. I'm against them. I bend circuits. I break rules. I laugh at conformity.
There's a lot of people who feel like you and me, Klaus. There's a lot of people who want to do something about this lamentable state of affairs. There's a lot of people who want to smash the status quo. Do you want to smash the status quo, Klaus?
Of course. I hate the status quo as much as I hate Angela Sparkler and her ridiculous installations.
She's a perfect example of what we're up against. Using a family's influence to get all the best commissions and grants.
Dickstopfte Schnepfen.
What if I told you that there's an organisation dedicated to putting all those people in their places? Would you be interested, Klaus?
Of course. I'm always open to radical ideas.
Then join us, Klaus. Join the radical action, freeform and improvised sound and electronic militia.
Klaus Butterfiedel? You are with them? But they are a crazy bunch of nuts. They think we improvisational artists should not get any grants or commissions. Is this a joke? Look, I don't like the banks too. But at the end of the month, I got to pay the rent.
The great artist starves to death in a lonely garret, Klaus. The great artist asks nothing from no one, but he dies alone and penniless at a pathetically young age. Unknown, unloved, and unshaven. Now, I'm asking you one more time, will you join our organisation?
Of course not. I got better things to do than sending letter bombs to the Arts Council. And now get out, you crazy scarecrow. I got to work. I want to work in peace.
We are your victims. We are your victims. We are your victims. We are your victims. You have sucked us into a vortex from which there is no escape. You have sucked us into a vortex from which there is no escape. We are your victims. We are your victims. We are your victims. We are your victims.
I've got your cables.
No escape, no escape.
I've got your check, Jason.
We are your
I'm sorry. I got greedy. I just saw a bath. A big soapy bath.
You and your baths.
Why do they do it? Why do they do it, eh?
Do what?
Make those horrible noises.
Makes them feel important, I suppose. Gives their lonely little egos something to hang on to.
Yes, I know, but such horrible sounds. Couldn't they take up papier-mâché modelling or kite flying?
You don't get a grant or a tour around Europe doing that. You seen this?
Well, I never. Poor Klaus. Roughism, I suppose.
Reckon so. Anyway, it's about time we fed all our information into the digital detective deduction program. It's almost ready.
Yes, that's quite a program you come up with. The ultimate case-solving accessory. I wish I had your way with technology.
Oh, it was easy, really. Just a few strings of code and some logarithms. Now, I'll just feed the data into the main processing unit. And abracadabra.
Yes, I see.
Ah.
Ha. Of course. That's it.
Jason.
Are you all right?
Yes. That was wonderful, Jason. Warm and yet cold at the same time. Spontaneous but with an underlying organised form that's difficult to describe in words.
I'm glad you liked it. The point is to extrapolate, not over-elaborate.
Yes, absolutely. That's what this festival is all about. The democratization of sound. We're really privileged to have had an artist of your status present his vision to us. I'm sure you'll be telling all of the music foundations about our work. It's really important that we continue to develop a network of like-minded entities, privately and publicly funded institutions, ready to challenge the status quo.
Jason, great performance. That new instrument of yours really is something. I've never heard low-level feedback like that before. Tell me, how did you compensate for the inertia ratios on the sub-frequencies?
That information is, I am afraid, confidential. You don't feel giddy at all?
No, slight pressure on the lower bowel, perhaps, but giddiness, not a jot. Talking of bowels, I've been thinking about eating a full English breakfast and then swallowing 16 miniature touch mics to record my digestive process. What do you think? Or would the tensile quality of the mics be affected by the gastric juice, especially if I've been eating pickled onions?
Loneliness, you're not here, you're not here. I'm not sure of anything. Nothing is.
Lord, please bring back my pop singer husband.
And this lever here, what does it do?
That intermittently breaks a circuit to the motherboard. The signal is split into 6 sub-frequencies, each one separated by 1/16th of a microtone.
Interesting. I think I'm beginning to understand this stuff.
I really don't think you have the necessary theoretical background to understand the concepts involved in contemporary music.
You're a very conceptual man, aren't you, Mr. Creep?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, all this. It isn't just music for you, is it? It's not just a nice melody, some thought-provoking lyrics and a cracking chorus.
No, of course not.
You're investigating the possibilities of sound, aren't you, sir? Seeing where it can take you.
That's right. I think at last you're beginning to understand the nature of my work and its importance.
And where has it taken you?
I'm sorry.
Your investigations, where have they taken you?
I've discovered many things. Incredible things. Unbelievable things.
How unbelievable.
Look, where is all this getting us? When you rang me, you said you had important news.
Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Unbelievable news. Those 4 people who disappeared, they've turned up. Yes, they would have found wandering, lost and disorientated in the hills outside the city.
Those people disappeared. They turned up.
The cleaning lady, the pop singer and his band, all safe and sound, sir.
Well, thank goodness for that. My flat's in a bit of a mess. Could do with a clean.
And what's more, they all remembered what happened to them, sir.
Really?
Yes. You shot them with your instrument, didn't you, sir? You zapped 4 human beings, albeit temporarily, out of existence.
Well, yes, I suppose. I couldn't help it. I created an instrument. The ultimate instrument. The holy grail of improvisation. The instrument musicians have been searching for ever since Orpheus strummed along behind Eurydice. An instrument that could simulate and interact with the subparticle vibrations of the human body. Don't you see? I had to continue my investigations. It was my duty as an improvisational musician. History would never have forgiven me.
You destroyed those people, sir. You blew them away. You might as well have got a gun and mown them down.
Yes, that wouldn't have been art, would it? Besides, it was an accident. I didn't mean to zap the cleaning lady. She just came in the room at the wrong time.
Using your instrument at the concert was no accident, was it, sir?
No, I had no choice. You must understand. Those people made a noble sacrifice in the name of sound art research. It's what they would have wanted. This is a totally new area of investigation. There's still so much to be discovered. I mean, why do some people disappear and others not? Damien didn't seem to feel any effects whatsoever, whereas others feel giddy and confused. There must be a vibrational anomaly somewhere. DNA related, perhaps. Anyway, no harm done, eh? The victims have resurfaced and I've learned an important lesson. I promise you, when I get my instrument back, I will never again use it on a live audience.
That's very comforting. However, I'm afraid you've just fallen for a bluff. Your victims have not returned, they're all still missing. As far as we're concerned, you're close to being a murderer. Now, may I invite you to accompany us? I think we'd better reunite you with your instrument before we pay a visit to the authorities.
My instrument? You found my instrument? Where is it? Who has it?
All in good time, sir. All in good time.
The money, I couldn't get my hands on anything. We're having liquidity problems. The Ploppers Festival put us right in the red. Honestly, I haven't got a penny.
He who refuses to pay the revolutionary tax pays the price.
My instrument, my instrument.
You might need these. Now let's go.
Boy, you're coming with us.
My instrument. My instrument!
Why didn't you give him a blast with our instrument?
I want my lollipop!
Stop, please.
No. Wait, please. Oh.
Let's give him another blast with the instrument, yeah?
No, please, just let me go. I'm an administrator. I'll get you your money, I promise. There's been a misunderstanding, a terrible misunderstanding. Look, I really respect your organization. Your cause is so noble, so avant-garde.
Fire!
Look, please, don't kidnap me. Look, I'm with you. I'm a radical guy. I totally understand where you're coming from.
Get away, boss. They're still coming.
Poor Carmelo. He didn't deserve to go like that.
My instrument! My instrument!
Come back here!
Come back here.
Come on, let's make for the port and hijack a boat out of here.
Damien Darkside, just as we thought.
Yes, gentlemen. I'm not some feeble, simple-minded stooge after all. I'm the leader of a major international terrorist organisation.
Tell that to the judge. Extortion, kidnapping, theft. You guys are going down for a long time.
Yesterday's terrorist is tomorrow's hero. You'll see. I'll be remembered. I'm proud to be a martyr to the cause. But there's one thing I don't understand. How come the Unstrument affects some people and not others, eh?
The digital detective deduction program explained everything to us. How you distracted Jason while your terrorist buddies robbed the Unstrument at the festival, and how there was a high probability that the sound waves from the Unstrument were deadly to anyone with musical taste.
I created an instrument. The ultimate instrument. A wonder. A marvel. And then they took it away from me. Because they were jealous. Jealous of my genius. They took it away from me, my precious creation, my instrument. My beautiful instrument.
Your beautiful killing machine, you mean? This is the piece of evidence that is going to put you behind bars.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. You've been extremely useful to us. Without you, we would never have located the item. Unfortunately, we've now been given strict instructions to remove you from the equation.
Yeah. My instrument, my beautiful...
Good thing I brought some string. Some psychic string.
Good thing you're impervious to bullets. Yes. Quite a little circus we've gathered together here, isn't it? It's funny how they all look like terrorists and spies. Poor Jason. He didn't deserve to go like that. Maybe, by inadvertently saving my life, he made up for the crime of creating the insane aberration that was the Unstrument.
Hi there, boys. Your silly digital detective deduction program didn't see me coming. How you like my instrument? All this madness about some stupid antimatter inverting toy. And now it's mine. One move and the little brat gets it. I've had enough. I've had enough of it all. You don't know what it's like to be a free-form improvisational artist, having to put up with the mocking invective of the mainstream, hearing people calling your life's work noise and unlistenable crap and pretentious nonsense. Well, now I'm gonna get my own back. I'm gonna blast every moron with a head for melody out of existence, starting with you.
Whoa, whoa! Just a minute, madam. Do you know what you're really saying? I know it must sound like a great concept, but I think the idea of zapping anyone with musical taste might get you into serious trouble.
The concept always predates the idea, smartass.
Only if you use a temporally based model.
No! No! You've got the right idea, concept, Angela. Temporality is just an illusion, believe me. Tonality is the ultimate betrayal. Atonality leads us out of the haystack of conceptuality. Now, cut us free, and you and us together can vanquish the twin tyrannies of melody and harmony.
Don't listen to him. He's a sad loser. Stop, Angela, stop. Don't throw your life away. Why go to jail when you've got a marvellous improvisational future in front of you?
Marvellous. Exploratory.
The great musician is remorseless and without pity, Angela. Get rid of the little brat.
Think of it, Angela. All the tours and discs and installations that are waiting there for you if you just put down the instrument. Put it down, Angela. Put it down and walk away. Walk away from all this madness.
He's talking twaddle, Angela. True improvisation must harness the forces of violence, darkness and destruction. We must destroy to create.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to raise your hopes, but as I was saying, my colleague and I believe the 6 anomalous frequency sprite vibrations we have located inside the instrument correspond to your loved ones. Yes, they're trapped within a nanodimensional vortex inside the instrument's motherboard. My colleague and I have created this adapter device, which we hope will reverse the antimatter inversion process. There's a good chance we can get them back. Well, Perhaps it was for the best that the instrument self-destructed. An invention like that was a threat to the sanity of humanity.
The sanity of humanity? What a calamity!
Imagine, in the wrong hands, it could have resulted in a planet inhabited only by cloth-eared, tone-deaf, noise merchants. Imagine that. A world with no musical taste.
Oh, it's not so hard to imagine.
My husband is trapped in an improvisational nightmare. He's never coming back.
Now, don't give up hope. They're just stuck in a vortex. It's like being lost at sea. Someone's bound to find them sooner or later.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Yes, we've been following him for a week now, madam. And it's champagne, chorus girls and cocktails from dusk till dawn. Shameful, madam. Shameful. Don't worry, we'll report back very soon. Bye.
What a case that was.
What case?
The instrument case. All that time and effort and we didn't make a brass farthing.
Noise. And sound is all around, lost and found in the air, on the ground. Sound and noise soothes a noise. Instruments, found objects, even toys. Made by girls, played by boys. And sound, cliches, abound. Melody, 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 unwound, in noise, noise and sound.